What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of KJD Investor. This is yours truly, KJ. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the episode in the portfolio for today. Okay, guys, I know you already expecting going over the portfolio in the different stock positions, but nothing really much has changed ever since the market's been closed since the close of business on Friday. Today's Saturday. The market also closed tomorrow, which is Sunday. So instead, I wanted to bring you guys a video about this new, I guess you would call it stimulus. The $5,000 Trump DOGE has been somewhat accepted. It's been proposed. And so we're going to discuss that today and what that means for future investments and things like that. So right off the bat, Trump's trying to issue a $5,000 check to every American. And this is kind of been head up by the new DOGE committee that is in charge, that Elon Musk is in charge of. And so with that being said, they called themselves scaling back on the help of the federal government and not wasting payroll. So what that means is they're basically firing people from their positions in order to create more lucrative money in the Federal Reserve. And they're going to take a percentage of this money that they find. I think they said it's like 20%, and they're going to distribute it out amongst the American people. Every American is supposed to get $5,000 a piece. Now, personally, I know a lot of people think $5,000 is, this is good, this is great. Then I know the country is also split on the decision to do this because last time the government gave out some checks, which was the stimulus checks back at the pandemic. It was like $1,200 a piece. We experienced inflation at rates that we have never experienced before. And we are still fighting that inflation, even to now, trying to bring it back down to normal levels. Normal levels of inflation, y'all, is like 2% for the Federal Reserve. If you didn't know that, the Federal Reserve, every year, a healthy economy says 2% is the inflation levels. Now, when they printed all this money, the Federal Reserve printed all this money back in 2020, and these stimulus checks was issued out, that drove inflation up like 14 to 16% in 1 year. And every 1 year, like I said, it's only supposed to go up 2%. It went up like 16% in 1 year. So it was like the most inflation at one time in the history of America, never ever heard of before. But anyway, if $1,200 can do that, imagine what the $5,000 would do. I know, like I said, that's why so many people feel like, they can keep their $5,000. A lot of people got excited when they announced the $5,000. Me personally, what I like to do is think about who's actually on the other end of that $5,000. Because like I said, for every $5,000 that goes out, there was a federal worker losing their job. So you got to remember that, guys. In this life, it's not all about money. It's not all about how much you can make. It ain't all about how much you can spend, but it's about people and helping people along the way on their journey. That's the whole reason why I started this channel, to help people with information that I had in order to help them begin investing. Not only begin, but for intermediate investors and long-term investors, I created KJD Investor. So as a platform for people can come and listen and learn. Also share comments down in the comment section. Share your knowledge of wealth. We got a wealth of knowledge with different people. I want you guys to share your knowledge and everything in the comment sections. That's why we created the channel, to help people, to help other people. So I don't like the idea that people could potentially be losing their jobs in the Federal Reserve or in the government altogether. But for every $5,000, that's what had to happen. So if we do get this $5,000, I want you guys to remember that. I want you guys to think about that. And to be honest, think about how rapid the inflation will kick up. And not only that, think about like I said, somebody won't be able to provide for their family and ultimately provide for themselves and be able to pay their bills because they lost their job, because there's a tax cut, or they're trying to clean up unnecessary spending is what they call it. But you never hear people talking about the tax breaks for the big businesses, tax breaks for the wealthy, for companies that already got millions and millions and billions of dollars. They continue to make millions and millions and billions of dollars and get ultimate tax breaks. But if we want to stop the funding of something, let's just cut the American people out by cutting their jobs. That's not moral. That's not ethical, guys. I mean, like I said, I know people want to benefit from the $5,000, but at the same time, every $5,000 that goes out to a different person in the country, another person, a federal worker, just lost their job. So, like I said, remember that. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that, because your conscience might affect you and you got to go to sleep at night. I know I have a conscience. I know you guys have a conscience. So, think about those types of things as those checks begin to roll out. Okay, if you got any kind of comments, concerns, questions, drop it down in the comment box below. I will more than gladly be able to answer your questions or comments. This has been KJ the Investor. I know this video is a little bit different, but I just want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you got to say about this topic. This is KJ the Investor, over and out. Peace.